Right, guys, got another stadium game for you. Thing that I really like about this game is the kind of troll phantasm fade through orbs. So you'll see that we're against quite a lot of close-ish range heroes, and that means you can walk right up next to them. So obviously you've got Lucio, right? You got Brig, you got Winston, you got Tracer. So you can be really, really close to them, and then fade through, kind of go for an escape, get a cooldown back, and repeat it again. And so, yeah, we go for Phantasm, because it's a Winston and a Lucio, which is always nice to do. Expected to go some sort of debuffs, liquid nitrogen especially important against the Lucio. The question is, are we going to rush the liquid nitrogen? Or, so in round 2, or are we going to build up some AP and try and get some money before we go for that impact play? So yeah, team comps: Moira, Anna, Soldier, Cassidy, Orisa, and we're up against the Winston, Soldier, Tracer, Brig, and Lucio. So we can expect them to be pretty aggressive on our team. But the good thing is we've got Orisa, who's probably the best primed tank to deal with a team that's just going to kind of W into you. Now the downside is we've got an Anna, and an Anna against the Winston is quite brutal. Winston in general gets all on top of the Anna, and it's very hard for us as a Moira to peel or heal, so you hear the Tracer, by the way. Thought he was coming through it, but he didn't. The Tracer, we thought they were going from the flank, and we thought we were big braining it with the orb bounce, but then it turns out they went up the top. So now our team's on the back foot. Orisa's quite low. Anna's also out there. We've got to make sure that we apply a heal over time onto her at least. Orisa's now in the bubble, but looks like had Fortify active, so it's not too bad. Other tank, if any other tank did that there, they just die. Pulse Bomb comes in from Tracer. We now know what power they've got. It's the Pulse Bomb recall. Tracer's back, by the way, in case you didn't notice. So now Brig, oh, she's very low health. Lucio's booping us around here. We've got a heal orb next to us, which we left behind. We don't know where the Pulse Bomb is. We're just hoping it's not near us. We get taken down. Tracer was 1 health. Cassidy does end up fisting the Tracer. And then, yeah, enemy team not really making progress. Just starting again now. So, Soldier's backing off. Probably a smart decision. I wouldn't have. I would have just stayed there. But then, that's me. I go for the immediate cash rather than the long-term stuff. Orisa's pushing forward. They're in a bit of trouble here, actually. They're getting low health, and we've got all sorts of orb bounces. They really want to be in this position. We get a Phantasm orb inside the Winston bubble. In comes Soldier 76 with his ultimate. Now Brig also in there with the ultimate. It's a bit risky going there. We did just see a shield bash there, so we're going to move in and then fade. We nearly got taken out. We had 29 health, but hey, look, we got the kill. With the orb, actually. It's nice for our team to make some progress. We've got a bit of catching up to do. The downside about playing against Lucio and why they're so strong in Stadium is the team gets speed. They can push in aggressively, and yeah, it's very difficult to get distance on objectives. Oh, that combination of Orisa ult and High Noon. The Orisa ult slowing them down, and yeah, you've got to have something to stop that Cassidy there. So that might have actually saved us. We've got a few low health players there. Well, most of our team are low health. Fire a heal orb, hoping that somebody crosses by. Tracer's low health as well. Ooh, didn't escape with a blink. Have an option there. It was deciding if we're going to fire the heal orb. I didn't realistically think it was going to get down to there in time. So we kind of wanted to use our resources elsewhere. Whereas, yeah, we just fire the orb. The monkey jumps back and then attacks us. And so, 15 seconds remaining. Monkey jumps up top. We fire the heal orb here, hoping that it tags onto the Soldier. Lucio's there while the monkey's asleep. Can we get the Lucio down? Very low health, just about manages to escape. Briggs charging in against the Orisa. We've got a monkey there, so we double healing orb with a Phantasm and regular orb there, just to provide a heal zone for us to play around. Monkey's looking to jump here. There's a bubble in front of us. Bounce the orb to try and pressure out the DPS. Soldier's sticking around there, actually, but we have to fade because we're low health. We go into the mini. Soldier could use that bubble, but opts to stand outside of it. Probably didn't know about it because it was behind them. Now the Brig, can we take her down? We managed to do so. Team's moving the bot. It's overtime. There's still a Luciano Winston, so it's nothing to laugh at. Gotta watch out, try and keep our players alive here. It's quite a lot of healing. just get ourselves established as we use Coalescence over onto Lucio, who cannot escape that. Soldier 76 with the Visor, we push towards them because look, the soldier's getting no value out of their ult, and while it's risky, we've always got Fade, and the enemy team don't get back to the bot in time. 1-0. Wow, we got rich. 17,351. I think part of that's because we did so much healing, and we've got an Ana, so we actually stole quite a lot of the healing. Still, Ana actually made decent money, so it's not too bad for our team.
Every choice is crucial.
Yeah. So the decision to pick Liquid Nitrogen here was their team seemed to be very aggressive as a unit. And now that they've all been kind of enhanced by the powers and by the items that they're about to pick, I'm a bit scared that they're a stack and they're just going to W into our team, push everybody else back, leave Orisa isolated on the point. And so it's like, well, if I can at least slow them down, that might, you know, deter the Lucio. The Brig won't want to get slowed. Winston, well, Winston can, but he'll be inside the bubble and then he'll have to jump out. And then it's still, Liquid Nitrogen is very, very annoying for the team. Now, I opt to just pick a load of the survival items here because we haven't got much AP anyway. We could go for stuff like charge plating, but it's quite a short map, and I mean, just have a look when we get our ultimate on this. I can't actually remember when we get it, right? But have a look when we get it and how much of that additional effect that we'd get from charge plating. You know, you gain ability power and armor when you use your ult. Ooh, pulse bomb from the Trace, a very aggressive start. This is pushing forward onto the point. We fire a damage orb. We've got to fade out of here as well. We're behind the bubbles, so we'll just attack that. Try and heal up the Orisa and naded herself so we can get a little heal on her with Amped. And how do we get in? Because it's really tricky to actually get past the Brig and Lucio wall, knowing that you're going to be pushing onto a Winston with a bubble in front and a Soldier 76 at the back. Like, we're trying to just inch forward here, but it's really tricky actually. We fire the damage orbs again because we just want to try and open up for it, and now we stay in this time because we haven't got that much time to work with here. Unfortunately, we don't get our cooldowns in time. Lucio does use beat though. I think they were going to win the point anyway, so it's nice to have at least got that ultimate out of them. But still, very tricky point for us to attack, but if we win this one, we're going to have to do it again. So Risk does get taken down. We're low health as well. We fade, but we hit a wall. Soldier uses Visor for some strange reason. We get taken down. That might actually help us out. Knowing that they haven't got beat, knowing that they haven't got Visor, we may be able to get over to the point. Our Coalescence is coming up quite soon, so that would be the point when we'd get charge plating. Like, the map could have ended here, or can end here, right? So charge plating, if you think about it, we still haven't got the effect of it. Still haven't got it because we're not using our ult. Orisa's on the point. Luckily, the enemy team's not capping it here, so we still have a chance, but I don't think we're going to have a tank for it. So we've got our ultimate. We probably should put a little healer on the soldier anyway. Try and push now. We've got Liquid Nitrogen, which is going to slow them. Brig hasn't got Rally here. Now, we do take the Brig down. We are over on the point. Great anti and sleep by the Ana is going to buy us a little bit of time. Soldier behind us. Trace is also there. We're going to see if we can use that fountain if we need to for cover. Bounce an orb in there just to zone out the soldier from that direction. He has to go main. Yeah, wow. Looks like our team is managing to cap this. They do have Lucio though, so they could always contest this. We've got to stay on the point, so a bit of a mistake from the Orisa. We actually leave the point here, but luckily we captain off of it that the monkey decided not to contest. He goes for one last shot. We get a Liquid Nitrogen orb onto him. Just delays the retreat a little bit. Brig at the front, but there's a bubble and a Lucio boot, so we have to fade out again. It looks like we're just going to be repeating this. Orisa's low health. We're not built for just weapon power healing here, so we have to try and lay the orbs down. We lay one heal orb followed by damage orb because we still need to break through. To break through, we're going to have to do some damage. We're going to have to get Brig low, ideally. So that's what we're doing. We're pushing forward, drop off an orb, get back again, but in comes another Lucio beat. This is going to be so difficult. Soldier's behind. I think we can probably take the soldier out here, which we do, but what are we going to lose in the process? So we're still trying to push forward. We've nearly got another Coalescence. Got it now, bouncing all flat off the back wall. We fade forward to get onto the point and start attacking here. There is a Brig there as well. Great pull from the Orisa because the Brig would have stunned us out of the Coalescence here. As now we push back, there's still a Tracer around on the point. Damage Orb, but expecting the recall. Soldier comes in with his visor now. We are going to move forward because we do want to try and get that orb onto him as soon as possible. Even with the visor, knowing that we've got fade up soon. But in return, our soldier gets taken down. See, Lucio is over onto the point. Drop off an orb to slow him down, but now we've used both of our cooldowns. Monkey's on the point on us. We have to use natural cover for it instead. Orissa's out the front, has Fortify, but after that Fortify's up, we're probably going to be in trouble. Brig, low health, but manages to escape down the bottom. Enemy team seems to be gaining a little bit of a foothold here. Can we actually do anything? We've got players too far back at the point. And over on the flank, I don't know if we're going to be able to save the Ana here. Pulse Bomb comes in from the Tracer, misses us, but Orissa's really low health. We've got only a damage orb here, so we have to fire a heal orb with our main orb. Just about keeping the Orissa alive. Pulse Bomb comes in and takes down both myself and the Soldier 76. And that's going to be it. There's no chance that the Ana's got here. Maybe she can get a cheeky kill. Fire the damage orb because we don't believe he does actually get a cheeky kill. Now, can we fade through to get to the point? The stick doesn't matter because we've got fade, but we haven't got the time. Round lost. Score 1-1. Maybe the liquid nitrogen didn't pay off. Maybe Cyber Venom would have been a better choice, or just straight up AP. But, you know, retrospect's a thing, right?
Time to face off in control.
So, control map. Very good for Phantasm. Sell a couple of the survival items here. Smart orbs. That can only mean one thing. Actually, it could mean two things. It could mean we're going cross-orbal, or it could mean we're going multiple. So, do we want a bit more survivability, a bit more healing for our team, or do we want more AoE debuffs? Since we've got both of the debuffs, multi-balls seem like the good choice. Does mean it's a little bit risky. So we want to make sure that we've got some Ability Lifesteal. Because, yeah, we're firing damage orbs exclusively. Anytime we're forced to fire heal orbs here, we're not doing the debuff, so we're just really low AP. So we want damage orbs only, and so in order to self-sustain better, we're going to have to rely on a little bit of Ability Lifesteal. Even 10% is okay, it makes a big difference. It means that when we fade away after placing a Phantasm Orb, then if we were low health going in, by the time fade ends, we've got a bit of our health back. And yeah, that should be good. So we're stack checking now. Turns out that only two of them. That's the Winston and the Soldier 76. So it's only a duo. So actually, it's kind of cool that the random team were playing so coordinated at the start. Right. So let's go, guys. Don't forget to like the video. Quickly do it now before the round properly starts and we get to mid. Thank you. I saw that. So yeah. Oh, wow. How's Orissa so low health? Pulse Bomb's there, we fade that, but it's okay because we were planning to fade it around there anyway to drop an orb off. We have to try and heal up as much as we can. Pushing forward, we want to get out of the way of the Ana heals a little bit here. Traces in on the point. Orissa does get taken down, but we've just got a cooldown after the fade, which allows us to just burst down that Soldier 76 at close range. A 0% chance of escaping there. Tracer's still somewhere behind, but we just saw her there, predicting the retreat. Good thing about damage orbs is they scout. Like that, we get the hit markers. This gets taken down, but we want to get back to the point as soon as possible, not to give them any time on it. But also to slow down their approach. To get inside the bubble, we fade back, see a low health soldier that we can heal up a little bit here. Bounce the orb off of the back wall at the bottom of that ramp. You might not have seen that, unless you're a regular to the videos, in which case you definitely did see that. Always looking for the flat bounces, he says as we miss it there. But hey, look. That one we had a target directly in front of us. Lucio is there. We get some orbs. They'll bounce off the wall as well. Just with a slow, but we realise now that there's too much healing there. Let's just go back before Lucio gets some crazy double boop on us. And instead it's a double pulse bomb from the Tracer. Two of our players down. It's yeah, not good for us now. Orissa can buy a bit of time, but the problem is Ana's not got good survivability on her own. They have to play absolutely out of their skin here. We fire our damage orb, it should bounce off of that little archway bit and then off the back wall and then over towards the point. As we heard, it got a hit mark on at least one person and we get our orbs back already. Briggs hit rally, we haven't got our fade yet, we just about managed to get it. Can we provide a little heal for the Ana? We use Coalescence to try and save players. We're also looking if there was anything over at the point that we could do. Briggs' stun is baited. The shield bash, can we take these players out here? Is perfect AoE for us here. Lucio's low health, Ana's also in there. We drop off a Phantasm Orb, Pulse Bomb. We've got to dodge as well, but we're slowed, I think, by the Pulse Bomb, weirdly enough. I'm not sure actually what slowed us, but we've got to kind of peel for our Ana a little bit. Try and attack the Tracer. What's happening on point though? Our Orisa does get taken down. This is one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of peeling for your support in Stadium. Because you spend even a few minutes doing it, well, a few seconds doing it, and the rest of your team are all dead or they've overextended because they're expecting the heals and they might not be aware of what's happening behind. So if you are going to protect your second support, you need to make sure your tank is nearby, or you only need to do it for like a second or two. You give them a little chance, right, of winning the fight. A heal over time, an orb near their location, and then you move. This is one of the common problems that low rank players have, in that they'll see someone with low health and they'll desperately try and, like, there, you'll heal the Cassidy. See how I didn't heal the Cassidy? Because there's other stuff that we can be doing. It's like, we don't want to just be focused on a lost cause. And even if we fix that, we're just putting out fires, right? Because there's somebody else to go and heal after that, because they got low, because they weren't getting the healing. And you just end up fighting fires all over the place, and eventually you just get overwhelmed. Brig crouching around the corner there as well. But we knew she was around there. And they win the round.
2-1.
MVP with 11k. It's not too bad for this map. Especially not too bad considering our ability power is quite low. Dealt a good amount of damage. I think the Cyber Venom really helped rein in the Brig and Lucio's money. But they'll start to get quite a lot of healing coming up. So we got 13k. What are we going to do with it? So we're looking at the greens, what we can sell here. There's a few options. So if we sell one of those, Champions Kit. So now if we sell either the armor or the power playbook, we can afford Champions Kit. So we're kind of deciding which do we want. If we're going to go for that. Because there's also other options that we're considering, like what happens if we sell a couple of things. Now, the problem with that was we had 15k cash. And with 15k cash, we can get a 10k item and say Nano Cola for 6k. Sorry, we can't afford that. We'd have to get a 9k item with Nano Cola. And there's no real good 9k items on ability power. So yeah, we opt to get Champions Kit. For 14k, it does mean that we're kind of only relying on that 10% ability power from Energized Braces. Sorry, not ability power, Ability Lifesteal. For our survival, because, yeah, we don't have our Armored Vest. So lots of ability power, a little bit of Ability Lifesteal. We've got to rely heavily on our fades. It's quite a big open map, but they do have a lot of threats, so yeah. Fire the orb over the top, a little bit of hoping maybe it hits someone. It does actually hit someone. The quicker you use your cooldown, the quicker you get it back again. Oh, take quite a bit of damage there. Again, Ability Lifesteal, you can watch the health here. You see the health go up from that? Just that little bit of Ability Lifesteal. Obviously, we've got more ability power now. This is very low though. Can we get over to save her? We can't. Lucy goes for a boot. So we Phantasm there and take him down. Monkey's now here. It's a little bit tricky. We don't really want to fade until we know where the jump is. He kind of messed up his jump a bit. So we are going to make some progress with our liquid nitrogen. We want to slow their climb out of climb. Where did climb come from? We want to slow their walk, run out of spawn. Oh, we're low health. We've got to go for the mega. We're anticipating people chasing us. So we bounced all of the orbs in here. Again, a fade through like I was talking about at the start of the video. Close range players. We bounce the orbs off the back expecting a chase. None of the orbs going in connect, but we find a low health soldier just to take down. Lucio's also bouncing around at the moment with a Brig. Oh, she's going to get slowed as well. Lucio behind us, so we fade. Because actually I was expecting Lucio to come up and boot. We wanted to drop a Phantasm orb, but he actually went off into the side room. Instance there, go inside the bubble, fade out again. Tracer's there as well, so we're going to hit Coalescence. That's both to save our player and also to slow and attack the Tracer. But Coalescence is a long ult, so we use it. Try and attack the Lucio here now. We actually fade through again. Just dropping off a little present. There's now Ana. Oh, Ana's in a bit of trouble, but huge nade here with the rally. But the rally, they opt to go for us as well because they know that we're quite threatening with our slowing orbs. So what are we going to do here? Briggs over onto us now. Great nano from our Ana. We're going ult for ult here. Lucio's still dancing around. We're probably not going to get kills here. Actually, Ana playing great. Does manage to take down the Lucio. So now we fire our orbs towards the Winston. Multi-ball there. Just connecting with a couple of players near the end. You can see the debuff icons above players. That's when you know that Cyber Venom's affecting them. And if Cyber Venom's affecting them, so is Liquid Nitrogen. When you see that little icon above their head. That's where you can see the true power of like Multi-Ball and Phantasm with the debuffs because you just constantly see those icons above them. Chris is doing a great job holding the fort. Can clean up these players here. Lucio just about managing to escape around the corner, but we've got an orb around there. Lucio gets taken down. Just try and heal Orisa as well. It's very difficult to kill Orisa in this state. Briggs there with the ult. There's a pulse bomb there, so we have to fade, but we also drop off an orb for them. Orisa does go down, so we'll now resume this. Just trying to block the objective. Some players have to go elsewhere. We're forced to fade up, but now that Monkey's reloading, jump back down and we take the round. 3-1.
I can hardly believe my optics when I see stats like these.
We got MVP again, 12k. So you've got decisions to make.
Let's push.
So going into round 5, do we want to go Chain Grasp? Do we want to go Cross Orbal? There's also a case with the items here. So if we were to sell just those optional items, we want Phantasmic Flux. It gives us nice survivability again with the Ability Lifesteal, because when we've sold the blue for Ability Lifesteal, we can get Phantasmic Flux. We look at this and go, I mean, it's fine, but we're leaving 1.6k on the table. Maybe we could get something a bit better. So this will be me just reminding myself of the map, like visualizing it. That's why I always run to the spawn door normally before I complete the purchases. So what map is it? What does this normally play like? So I think a few times we saw our Orisa was getting a bit low. Cross Orb was going to help that out. It's also going to help with our sustain. And then it's like, okay, so can we shuffle these around? We've still got time. We've got enough time to buy stuff. So we could opt to maybe consider getting Extendrils instead of Smart Orbs, which means we'd probably sell Champions Kit. So we're adding up the numbers. If we sell those, we've got an 11k and a 10k item. So we can get Lumerico, which is great for sustain, and Super Flexer. So Super Flex will provide us with a nice amount of AP, as well as a bit of weapon power just to attack players with. And we keep hold of the Smart Orbs. Feel like this is a really good balance between debuffs. We get a chunk of AP, but also we've got massive survivability. It's not so much about armor versus Winston. It doesn't do anything. It's more you restore armor when you fade, which from a Winston's perspective, we're restoring health when we fade. So it still works, like as an item. Not just fade, it's also when we use orbs, right? When we use an ability, we're going to restore that armor. So you combine that with everything else that we've got. Yeah, we should be quite good. We've got the Phantasmic Flux for ability and weapon lifesteal. Super Flexors also gives us a bit of weapon power, which is going to help with the lifesteal. You can see our health remains quite good. Phantasm Orbs doing work. It gives us a bit more healing for our Orisa with the weapon power. So our survivability is high, but we've sacrificed some AP. Tracer, however, point blank on us with health wasn't moving to our regular grasps. I'll tell you what, at this point, I'm already considering for the next round to maybe get Codebreaker. Now that's a weapon power item, but if on the next round we get that, it also affects your orbs. So it could mean like a lot of their team has got armor. So it might even be better than, say, if we've got the money for Champions Gear. Maybe not, but it helps with our healing as well. And then we could get Precarious Potency, or we could get Chain Grasp for power if this goes to around 7 game. So Briggs' health not really moving. Maybe we're missing that AP. I mean, we've got Super Flexor like primed nearly all the time. So our AP isn't low. Use Coalescence over onto Lucio, but he beats. Now, normally you'd retreat in this situation, but because we've got Liquid Nitrogen, it's like, well, we can debuff the enemy team. So even though we're not killing anything with the Coalescence, debuffing them is going to help the rest of our team survive. A bit like healing by proxy. Orisa ult's going to catch some players here. Surely takes down the Lucio to finish off the soldier. Orisa's playing really well as well. And you could argue it's like one of her better matchups, but she's actually playing good as well. So we walk up to the monkey. We don't want to use our fade right now, but now that the Brig's there, we can drop off the Phantasm Orb. Move onto the Brig. Monkey's a bit low health. That looks like he's going to ult. He does ult, so can we get out of this little room? We've used all of our cooldowns now, but he opts to jump away. Turning around to go back to his team. Fire that orb. That should go down and hit the Brig as well. Rally comes in onto Orisa, uses Fortify. Soldier 76 with a visor up on the rest of our team. Does actually take down both of our DPS there, but I mean, we're also good for the DPS here. We can try it. We can try using Cold Essence to save the Orisa. It didn't quite work, so now can we do anything with this? We're just going to attack. We can get into this room, drop an orb off, maybe fire all the rest of our orbs as well in case anyone chases. We do manage to take down the Winston with that, so that's going to equalize that a bit. But we've got a lot of pushing here to do. Soldier does Soldier jumps up in the air. Lucio with a beat onto us. We can still fight that because their damage is quite low and we've got good sustain. Again, that Lumerico Phantasmic Flux combo proving valuable as we just stay alive here. We anticipate Brig's going to stun. She actually backs off, and wow. Monkey with a long range headshot apparently. Takes us out. So we are going into overtime and we're still behind. We've used Nano, but Anna's surely, we saw the Winston eyeing her up there. Surely Winston's going to take down the Anna here. Probably has actually quite a lot of health. So again, yeah, our team's playing quite well here. We managed to get a slow over onto the Trace. Can we keep our Orisa alive? Anticipating that flank. It's covered. Our team's moving very close to the end here. Tracer needs to come back and contest, which is why we fired the orb at them. Brig opts to yeah, bash somebody into the wall there. It's the Anna who is just about surviving. Support for support. Run out of players though. Our team takes the victory. 4 rounds to 1. MVP again. Huge amount of stats actually. 29,000 damage, like 24,000 healing. And yeah, it was a good game. I really liked the way that I was playing. I think our team did a lot of work as well. They certainly made it easier for us. It's your classic Phantasm debuffs kind of build. Strong against Winston for sure, strong against Lucio. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. See you in the next one. GG.